All right, good morning, guys. Wednesday, March 21st, 2018. Got a quick one for you. Just released a blog and inspired by a powerful interview I did with my friend Max Altschuler, CEO of Sales Hacker, author, serial entrepreneur. And we got to talking about career hopping for millennials. And it's kind of been pissing me off, so I had to make a video. I had to get some content out there about the topic. I see so many of my peers and my friends jumping jobs every 6 months for a 5K increase. And, you ask what the company does, they're not even sure, and all this shit. And so I had to get some content out there. So, look, what you do with your job and your career, these are some of the biggest decisions you can make. I don't judge why or when or how or where people go. It's a very individual decision, but I do think that there are some core values and some core principles to use for that type of a decision. So I'm going to share them here. First and foremost, it's about learning, right? So I know you're saying, what about the money? What about the money? We'll get to that. But learning, if you can sit under a badass, VP, I'm in sales, so a VP of sales that knows what they're talking about and has been there and done that, can be a mentor, and he or she takes you under their wing and teaches you, there is nothing better. Because that's setting you up for the long term, right? So conversely, if you're working for an asshole, you're not going to love your job. You're going to hate it. You're not going to get the most value there. So how much can you learn? Are you being challenged? Are you being put in tough positions that you might not know if you can hit? So you got to learn. Number two, let's get to the money. Let's not shy away from it. Money is really important. It drives me. I've got very specific goals that I want to hit short, mid, long term with my financials. So that's very important. But it's not about the quick jump for 5K in a year. Like, that's not the type of money we're talking about. We're talking about long term, right? So think about the company. What are people making when they're there for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, right? And you might not be able to ask that, but you can probably get a good understanding based on how you see people are acting. And are they paying people on seniority and promoting them because of that, or on the production that they have, right? If you're seeing other millennials that are crushing it, that are rising up the ranks, that are making money, that's a good sign, right? That you can get the job done, you can overperform and get paid as such, versus some companies that are stuck in their ways. They're only going to promote you every 3 years. And it's just a very standard hierarchy, right? So find those levers where, again, you want to create long-term financial success. It's not about a 5K jump in a year. It's about trying to make big jumps 5 years from now, 10 years from now, all right? So, the third piece is growth on the company. So are you going somewhere, or are you at a company that's growing? And you don't know the full story unless you're really high up. So there's a lot of things that can be hidden, but let's try to use some common sense, right? If they're public, how's the stock price doing? Where are the revenue and the profit? Like, what's the trajectory look like the last few years? That's a good way to know. If they're not, are they getting funding? Are they filing for an IPO? Are they making acquisitions? Are they developing their product line? There's a lot of public ways that you can at least use common sense. You're not going to know the full story, but you can know part of the story. And using as much knowledge as you can to stack the deck in your favor is really important. And then, the fourth thing that is, really important and maybe the most important is the values, right? So what do you value in a job? Are you someone that really values women in business and them promoting women and not having the boys club and things like that? Are you someone that values creativity above all else, or working remote, or traveling, or having the same routine every single day? I can't tell you what your values are, but you should know. And you should go based off of that, right? So if the company is cool and is promoting what you're interested in and what you're good at and what matters to you, that matters a lot. That's going to impact how much you like your job. It's going to impact the joy you have on a day-to-day, the effort you put forth, and that compounds into more success, into more money, etc. Yeah, it's cool when the company has LaCroix, seltzer water. I know I said that wrong. Ping pong tables and all that shit. But that's not what matters, all right? So figure out what's going to set you up for long-term success. The company's successful. You're going to be set up. You have a mentor. they're sharing the same values. You're putting yourself in the best position long term, right? So look past the short term, long term. If you're a millennial, you've got a lot of more years, dozens of years left in the workforce. So don't go for that quick one. Go think big picture. And once you find the right vehicle, whether you're there now or you need to look or you're not really sure, but once you find it, stick in there, put your head down, get to work, and the rewards will be paid in the long term. Be patient, get after it. Have a great day.